Hey, automation fans, this is John Strauman from Microsoft's Mighty South region. Today, we're going to look at a use case of a service request for industrial equipment. So we're going to have three personas. The first is a person making the request. The second is an inspection technician assigned to inspect the piece of equipment and see what needs to be done. And the third is a repair technician. So the way I've set this up is I've used Microsoft Dynamics 365 Field Service as my back system, and I just modified the work order slightly. So you see, I added a tab called pump data. And under there, I just put a bunch of fields that I need for a part of the flow. Now, this, of course, is configurable to any way you'd want to do it. This is just an example, so I just kept it really simple and kept all the fields on one tab. So our automation is going to run when an email arrives. And the way I've done this is that I've set it up so that the automation proceeds down the various path depending on the subjects. So if the subject says inspection, it goes down the left-hand path. If it does not contain inspection, it goes down the right-hand path, at which time it'll look for the word completed in the subject. And if it does see the word completed, we know the repair is completed. If not, then a repair technician is assigned and an email is sent. So what we're going to see here is the benefit of Power Automate and the One Microsoft platform in that all of these connections are out of the box Microsoft drag and drop solution using Microsoft products such as OneDrive, email, and Power Automate. And we're going to just see how the automated worker can take away the burden from human workers of having to send requests and fill out forms and keep track of things and do data entry. It's really going to show how it frees up our human workers to do the important work that the humans have to do, like the inspection and the repair. So to see this work, I'll just click test. And the first step will be sending the email saying we need an inspection on this particular pump. So once I get my spinner, I know we're ready to test. Okay. And there's the email. And I'm just sending it to the central mailbox with the subject pump inspection needed. And the reason why is a low pressure reading on the inlet valve pump. So I say send. And we see in our central mailbox, the email has arrived. That means the flow will be kicking off any minute. Okay, so we're getting our green check marks. Our flow is running. And it's completed. And now let's take a look at all the things that happened in the background, that the tasks that our automated worker completed for us. Let's go back to our work orders, do a refresh. And we'll see a new work order has been created by the automated worker. And it's just filled out some general information. And on the pump data tab, it's filled out the pump name, the problem, whether a technician, an inspection technician has been requested, yes, and who it is. So it's been assigned to Ali Bello, and it's saying that it's read the troubleshooting guide. Now, a couple steps have been skipped here because this again is just a demo, but let's take a look at the inbox of Ali. So again, an advantage of this solution is that all of our technicians are alerted by the automated worker so that things don't fall through the cracks, repairs don't get missed. Ali gets an email in her inbox saying, you've been assigned to inspect the pump of the inlet valve pump. And part of the flow is, let's try troubleshooting first. So the automated worker has actually emailed her a copy of the troubleshooting guide. And if she wants to, she can actually click right here and view the work order and see all the details. And it's the same view we just had, but this is Ali's view. So right from there, she can click the work order. So there's no opening a browser and typing URL. It's all self-contained in the email. And now she can proceed with her inspection. So for step 2, let's imagine that Ali has done her inspection and determines that the steps in the troubleshooting guide didn't work, and now she needs to request a repair. So to do that, I'm going to run the flow again. Now, in a production setting, this flow would be running all the time, monitoring this inbox and waiting for these emails to come in and out. For purposes of today, I'm using a single PC with 3 personas, so I'm just running the flow manually each time. And to get to the next step, Ali's going to reply to the central mailbox. But now, instead of saying you've been assigned to inspect, she's going to say pump inlet valve pump needs repair. And she's also going to attach the report she created as part of her inspection. So we've got an inlet valve pump inspection report. Let's attach that. And then we've got some data here that we don't need. So let's get rid of all this. And send that back to our flow, which is in the ready state. So looking at our email again for the central mailbox, we see that the email from Ali's been received. Now, big benefit to our customers here. A human does not have to monitor this inbox. The automated worker is doing that for us. So let's go back and look at our flow, which will be running shortly. And we get all our green check marks again. So we know that the flow has proceeded. Now let's take a look at the flow itself, and we'll see that because this time the word repair was in the subject, it went down the right-hand path instead of the left. The first time it went down the left, this time it goes down the right. So it's important when we design automations to have a path for every possible scenario. So now let's take a look at what's going on the back. So we go back to Microsoft Dynamics 365 field service, and let's take a look at our work order again. And what we see there is an alert because now a repair technician's been assigned, and that's Alan Steiner, whose email we have open. And that's why we got the alert from Outlook. So we know that our automated worker is doing its job. And if I look here, we see that a note has been added to the record saying the inspection is completed and a repair is needed. And here's the attached report. So this is a real big benefit to our customers because no one has to go searching for these reports. They're all part of the same record. And anyone who's given access to this data can see the history and what's going on with the pump repair and be up to date with the information all the time. They don't have to send emails to Ali saying what's going on or where's the document. It's all right here. And if we look back at the pump data, we'll see that our automated worker has now said, okay, we need a pump repair, and we've assigned a technician, and that's Alan Steiner. And of course, we just saw the email come into Alan Steiner's inbox. So let's take a look at that. And we'll see that Alan Steiner's been sent an email saying you've assigned a repair on pump inlet valve pump. And there's the link to the work order, the same as we saw with Ali. Now for the last step, let's say Alan completes the repair. So let's run our automated worker one more time. Test. And test. And wait for our spinner. Okay, we got our spinner, we're ready to go. We say reply. And this time, we want Alan to say, not that I've been assigned a repair, but the pump inlet valve pump repair completed. And once again, we'll get rid of all this data that we don't need. And the last step is for Alan to attach the repair report. And we've got that saved in Word right there. And I'll just send that. Now, something we haven't looked at yet, but is also part of the solution is Microsoft OneDrive for Business. And the troubleshooting guide that was attached to the initial email is stored here. So the documents can be stored centrally in Microsoft OneDrive for Business as well. In this case, we're just uploading them into Dynamics 365 field service as part of the work order. There's the final email from Alan saying, hey, the pump repair has been completed. The digital worker says, great, once the flow runs here. And the flow is completed for the last time. And we go back to our work order. Let's do a refresh. And we see that our automated worker has also added the note that the repair has been completed and the report has been attached. So again, all the documentation and all the history is right here for anyone to see. And as the last step, the automated worker has updated the field to say the pump repair has been completed. So at this point, the work order could be closed, it could be archived, a full report could be made to the interested parties. Whatever you want to do from here is completely up to you. And the benefit that we've seen is that the human workers were able to concentrate just on their jobs, which is doing the inspection and the repairs, the jobs that only humans can do. And all the administrative tasks, the data entry, the sending of emails, the uploading of reports, all of that was done by our automated worker, which not only greatly increases speed, it cuts way down on the possibility of errors in data entry. So the ROI for our customers is not only increasing speed and cutting down on errors, it'll return hours back to the business because Ali and Alan will both save hours of their time not having to do all of these updates to the back office systems themselves and send and receive and look for those emails. So I hope you saw the benefit in this solution, and I look forward to another video coming soon.